I'm not super anti-big pharma, but I will say I am very pro self-directed healthcare. This is why a big part of my initiative with the podcast is get people getting sunlight in their eyes in the evening, get some sunlight in your eyes in the morning, sunlight in your eyes in the morning, hydrate, exercise, get on a normal circadian rhythm. One of the most important things for mental health is bright mornings and days, dark nights. And how do you get on that circadian rhythm, man? That's something that I've struggled with. That thing, my circadian rhythm is I'm going to turn into a cicada. Well, we got to get you some of the red lens glasses. I'm not doing a promotion here, but getting the screens dim or wearing red lens glasses in the evening to block the blue and green light. But how to even set up a circadian rhythm? Bright light in the morning. If you wake up and the sun's out, get outside, take that brimmed hat off, take the sunglasses off, look in the direction of the sun. You don't have to force yourself to get 5 to 15 minutes of sunlight. Drink your coffee, get some exercise, maybe even do like 100 jumping jacks, get your system going. Very simple way to put this is early in the day, you want movement, caffeine, hydration, sunlight. If you can't get sunlight, you get bright light from like an artificial light. You can get a 10,000 lux light on Amazon for like $100. I have no relationship to any of those companies. Get your morning kind of going. It's hard to be Jocko Willing. It's hard. But you got to kind of force a little bit of that on yourself. And then the afternoon, taper off the caffeine, dim the screens, lower your heart rate, do some long exhale breathing, just take it down a notch. And over about 3 days of doing that, what you'll find is I start to wake up in anticipation of the day. You have this circadian rhythm that learns, well, I'm going to be active in a few hours, and you start waking up in the morning. You get a particular time. That whole phenomenon, you set your clock for 7 a.m. and you wake up at 6:59, your brain is clocking time. So does that mean you need to go to bed at like 8 p.m. for a week to get your circadian rhythm set, or what's the truth? But everyone's slightly different chronotypes. So I do best, for instance, I know if I had total control, going to bed sometime between 10 and 11 p.m. and I wake up around 6 a.m. Okay, yes, I can go to bed at 9 and wake up at 4, but I can't stick to that schedule very long. My system just genetically is not wired for it. Some people are real night owls. They do best going to sleep at 2 a.m. and waking up at 10. They just feel better. Try a couple different schedules for at least 3 days. And then wherever you feel kind of most yourself, kind of like, for me, going to bed by 10:30 and waking up by 6 is kind of a natural antidepressant. When I sleep in and go to bed late, I start feeling off. Then I start abusing caffeine because I love caffeine. Love caffeine. And I'm a big fan of caffeine. I like it. But then I start abusing and I start taking too much, and then, and then it, potentially can drift into other stimuli. And then you're a mess. So, but, some people do really well going to bed at 8:30 and waking up at 4 a.m. But look, the world is not really wired for that. If you're going to have any kind of social life, like Mark Wahlberg or something, he's always things like, I wake up at 3. Well, and Ari Emanuel from WME, those guys are like the 4 a.m. club. They're like texting each other and like up. I get Tesh Shamari every once in a while. He's like, man, up early, hyperbaric, but he's got about 12 cylinders. Go. And listen, some people need more sleep than others. I do great on 6 or 6.5. When I sleep 8, I actually feel more groggy. So if you get your schedule right, you don't need quite as much sleep. But before I came out here today, I did a half hour, it used to be called Yoga Nidra. It's non-sleep deep rest, NSDR. You just do long exhale breathing. You listen to a script. You relax your body. The data show you come out of that with your dopamine levels 60% higher than you went into it. It replenishes your Yoga Nidra. Yeah, well, Yoga Nidra or NSDR, non-sleep deep rest. And these are zero-cost tools, right? Got it. So how many milligrams of caffeine are you taking a day? Or are you usually taking all right, a normal cup of coffee, it'd be about 200 milligrams of strong coffee. I consume about 800 milligrams a day.